YouTube, it's your girl Me-Anie here. I'm going to do a video today and try not to get too emotional on this one. Ouch. Okay. I have two very, very special men in my life that I care about tremendously, very much. And before you guys start running all wild with it, I'm talking about my dad and my granddad. Like, I love these men like no other. No one is gonna compare. Like that song that Beyonce sings, My Daddy. Like, I wish I could sing that song. If I could only sing one song, that would be the song that I would want to sing, because I would sing that. Oh, I'm gonna cry. I would sing that to my. I'm gonna cry. I would sing that to my dad and my granddad, because they are just like the best things that have ever happened to me. Oh, you hear the tears building up? I'm such a horrible. Okay, pull it all back. But what I was saying was, let's start with my granddad. I was born in Barbados and I lived there for about 12 years. And my grandmom and my grandpa, they raised me living down there. And it was like a very good experience. Everything that I am now and everything that I'm not is due to them and being raised by their hands. It was very, very strict, very strict. Church every Sunday. Friday night is youth service. Just very, very strict, a very strict path, and I respect that. At first I didn't understand it, and like the ass whoopings I would get on a weekend, I didn't understand until now. I remember one time I got like my ass whooped 3 Saturdays in a row. And I was like, what the, y'all trying to freaking kill me? But I wasn't bad, but I was bad. But looking back, like, I definitely understand all the stuff that they tried to teach me, the things that they wanted me to understand, and the path that they didn't want me to follow. I definitely understand that. And I respect my grandfather so much for all that he did for me. I love him. Like, he's still alive and well. He's getting, not sick, but he's starting to lose his memory, because I was speaking to him the other day. Probably took him about 15 minutes to really understand what I was saying. I was saying, you know, hi, it's me. And he's like, I don't know where she is. Like, he thought I was asking him about me. So he was like, no, I don't know where she is. She was about here, so, but I don't know. And it wasn't funny, but I'm just like, oh my God, he's like losing his sweet little mind, this sweet little old man. And I just love the fact that him and my grandmom were together until she passed. She had Alzheimer's and she started getting sick, and she like lost all this weight. But throughout it all, he did not put her in a home or anything. He took care of her to the end. And she actually passed. She passed on my birthday back in when I was about to turn 21. My grandmom died. And it was hard. I mean, oh my God, I cried until my eyelids were like swollen. But I want somebody in my life like him, because he was there the whole time. That's probably the only relationship that I can look at in my family and know that, you know, marriages can work. That's the only relationship that I can really look at. As for my dad, when I say my dad, I'm not talking about my biological father. He's really my sister's dad. I have 2 older sisters, and growing up, their father was around, and being that we were all together, we were separated by a few years. From when I was born, I don't know, like, I've always known him as my dad. I knew I had a biological father, but I knew him as my dad because he would not neglect me in any way. If they were going somewhere, I was going somewhere. If they were going over his house, I was right with them. And he was just, oh my God, he's like the best thing ever. And I love him so, so much. I call him I try to call him every other Sunday or so, because he lives in Barbados, so we don't get to talk as much as I would like to. But when I speak to him, I could just like hear how excited he is, and he can hear the excitement in my voice, and it's like it's the best feeling in the world, the best feeling in the world. And I feel special because you don't get to pick the parent that you have. You don't get to pick them at all. But in this case, I felt like I was chosen, so I'm happy about that, and it's just such a beautiful thing. I love my dad. I do. And I'm his favorite, but we're not going to talk about that. My sisters are like, especially one of my sisters, she is so freaking jealous. Whenever she talked to him, she's like, well, we know who your favorite is. And when I spoke to him, this is a secret. When I spoke to him on Father's Day, he was like, you know you my favorite, right? And that's something that you tell each child. But I know that his favorite. I mean, look at me. No, not for real, but I'm a good girl. I'm a good girl. Probably because I know not what it's like to not have a father, but I know that I have a father, a sperm donor, as I call him. I have a sperm donor out there who, you know, didn't want to do anything for me. You know, like I know what it's like to have that. So I cherish the fact that someone wanted to take care of me as a child and, you know, take care of me growing up and didn't show me anything different. Like he didn't treat me any different compared to his actual kids. If anyone asked him how many kids he had at that point growing up, because he just had another little girl, he would always say, I have 3 girls. Always say that. And nobody really knew until, I don't think a lot of people still don't know, like I'm not his real child because I'm always with them. I'm always with him whenever I'm home. And one thing like I loved about my dad, he knew how to braid hair. When I say like one day I was going to school, I didn't live with him, but on my way to school, I would pass his house, and it was like down the hill. So I was walking by, and I saw him, and I was waving at him from like down the hill. He was standing at his back door, and a bird just shit right in my freaking hair. I mean, I had these big old braids, like 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 in the back. Anybody from Barbados know that basic style. You got 2 on the side, 1 in the middle, and you... Oh, Jesus, Lord. My grandma used to do it, and it was just never even. I'm always, like, I want everything to be even, so I would touch it, and it wouldn't be right. That would, throw my whole day off. But a bird and shit right in my head, and I went up there. He washed my little plait out. He washed it out, and he braided it back up. My daddy can plait. He can braid, okay? He sent me to school looking all busted. I love my dad. One of my subscribers actually asked me about this key that I wear around my neck, the significance of it. And this was a while back, but I never got a chance to answer. See it right here? My dad always says, he's been saying this for as long as I can remember. He's been saying for the longest time, when he wins the lotto, when he wins the lottery, he's going to buy a house for his daughters. So that's just his biggest thing. And if anyone remember like the houses back home, like in Hansville and stuff like that, I don't know what it's called them, but this is what the key looked like in Barbados. For some houses, it probably changed by now, but this is what the basic key looked like. And the significance of this is he always said, like, you know, if he won the lotto, he'll give me a key and he'll get me a house. And that's where this key comes in, because growing up, I was the only one out of the 3 of us that had a key to his house. I was the youngest. Like, I'm trying to get this computer right. I was the youngest, but I was the only one out of all 3 of us, me and my 2 older sisters, that had a key to his house. And I don't know if they knew that I had a key, but I would always go over there like after school before I went home to my grandmom's. I would always stop by my dad's house, and like he would leave me money under the carpet that they didn't know about. So I would go and flip the carpet up, get my money, and go give him a house. I wouldn't want him to give me a house. I would be thankful, but I would love to be able to build a house for my dad, because he is such a sweet man.